All right, we back again. Well, we're kind of back. We're back together, but separate.
Yes,
You there?
I'm still having to call in remote.
Well, and it don't sound bad. It don't sound bad, but here I am. I'm over here in Coleman, Alabama on the lake. And let me tell you, I cut grass all day today, Dustin. About kill me. I don't have much of a yard. That was the
Yeah, but
easy
it's
part.
all hill.
But I got up
It's
on
all
top of
hill.
that dang giant bank behind me. I done let it get nearly knee high because I hate getting up there so much. And I'll be honest, I didn't tell you that before earlier when we was talking, but I almost slid my butt off of that thing. I stepped down on a little stub where I'd cut all them trees down before, and it was rotten. And I was in those light boots, and that thing broke. And I sat down on my butt, and the heel of the boot was off the edge of the bank. That's probably 25-foot drop, I guess.
Yeah, now it's just straight off. It doesn't have no taper to it anymore.
And there ain't nothing soft down the sides or when you hit the ground. So I guess I'd been laying there when Rebecca came in.
And you'd have beat the ambulance there by 45 minutes.
You're right. But, no, you're still out in Houston. So,
yeah, the only thing we've done today is I've got 5 trucks running here, and they moved about 3,000 yards of debris today. So that's
is that a good day?
Good for the city. Houston. I mean,
I don't know.
It could be a little better.
Okay.
I would say 5,000 yards would have been a great day. 1,000 yards per truck, but with the traffic, you just can't do it. So. Tickled and blessed to get what we get.
Yeah.
And the people of Houston are getting their curbs cleaned up and getting all the trees that like we cleaned one up in front of a house today that actually had went through the house, and the people they're not currently getting to live there. So at least when they come to check on their property, they don't have a big pine tree cut up still in the front yard that destroyed their home. We got it cleaned up. So that's a plus.
That's that's a plus. So you'll be there another 3 weeks, maybe, or 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 8 weeks.
I hope 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get out of here by the 1st of July, because July is kind of a packed month. I mean, we always do the Deer and Turkey Expo in Birmingham, and I have an anniversary in July, and we usually do a big annual buggy ride with some friends down in Greene County at their hunting camp. They do an annual ride, and we usually take the Razor down there for the weekend. So hopefully I'll make it home for all these events. We'll see.
Well, I'd hate to be running solo with my meat and 2 hat on down there at the Deer Expo, but I'll do whatever I have to do. If that's what it comes to, some of them sorry talk about it boys shows up, I'd have somebody hang out with. Of course, we got legacy game calls. So I can always hang with them. That's where we'll be hanging a lot anyway. So
yeah,
I think you'll be home. Surely y'all can get it cleaned up by then.
Yeah, I mean that's somewhere around like the 3rd week of July. So I feel like maybe that should be a definite possibility there.
Well, good deal. Well, it's definitely summertime here. I know it's not officially summer, but when we're at 80, 90 degrees, of course, where you're at, it's way past summertime weather. But
yeah, it was not. I don't know exactly like what the heat index was today, but the temperature was 97.
Well, it wasn't that hot here. I think it got 89 or so, but we got a front coming through. Humidity's going to be low tomorrow, Saturday, and I think we got some rain coming in Sunday, but I'm loading my tractor and I'm headed to Dallas County. I'm going to start doing some greenfield prep and try to get ready for some summer planting. I feel real good that the turkeys have all probably hatched off down there. Of course, my fields aren't thick enough where when I bush hog, I would see a turkey way out there. I mean, I just had those fields pushed out last year, so they were very weak. But I'm gonna bush hog them and get my roads on my property kind of cleaned up a little bit, maybe push stuff around. And
are you gonna pull some soil samples while you're there?
Yes, I am going to pull some soil samples. I don't know. There's no way I'll get them to the co-op down there before they close Saturday, so I don't know when I'll get the samples. I don't know if I can carry those to any co-op or, I don't.
Yeah, you should. I'm not 100% sure that Fetters couldn't help you with that.
Yeah, I may swing through there and ask. I'll have them with me, but and it would be nice to have because I do want to plant something for the rest of the summer, whether it be some iron clay peas. I guess that's cow peas or whatever. I've been watching some videos on that. Maybe plant some chufa, but man, if your soil's not right, you're just wasting your money with chufa. So I'd really like to know, and even if it needs a bunch of lime on it, that's not going to help me with chufa this year. I just have to wait unless I use pelletized or something. But because it takes it months to break down in the soil, even when you disc it in. So,
yeah, I've got a couple of buddies that are ag teachers from, they went to school at Auburn, and I didn't really realize it took that long for lime to work its way into the soil until I got to talking to them, and they know quite a bit about it.
Yeah, the pelletized, it works almost instantly as soon as it dissolves. That's my understanding, but it takes a lot of pelletized, and it's probably 3 to 5 times more expensive per. Well, I buy it by the 50-pound bag, So if you need a ton of lime on your field, that's a lot of 50-pound bags. So.
Oh yeah.
And.
Yeah.
My feeling is I'm going to need a lot more than that. My deal was I was going to, if I could got it to the co-op down there, they're just down the road. I would rent me a the little old spreader bucket truck thing, not the truck, but
the buggy,
the trailer, the buggy.
Yeah.
And my fields, I can 2 of them. I can get 2. I believe I could pull them on my tractor and be fine. If it didn't require too much.
I'm gone, but I know we had a work weekend scheduled as well. We'd already kind of been issued out what we were to do, and I was supposed to bring a bucket truck and take down 2 trees that we've got that's starting to die out over the camp house. But I'll make good on it. I just got to do it when I get home. So.
Yeah. Well, everybody's turning their attention. Well, everybody that really gets into deer hunting, I'd say more deer hunters right now. They're moving stands and planting if they do any planting. My history with and I've been to this same club for the same property, not the same club itself, but same property for 26 years, or not since 98, I think. But what I found was once, gun season was over, you couldn't hardly get a member back down to really do anything till it got closer to, September. And I understand people are busy and that kind of thing, but if you love your deer, and especially if you're a turkey hunter and love your turkeys, you're gonna start looking, whether I know they say it's not good to supplemental feed turkey when I wouldn't feed them corn to begin with, but like me, I don't have a whole lot out there. So if I want to help them, and I got a picture of a big gobbler the other day. I think I sent you that picture.
Yeah. You did.
That made me feel good that I knew there was more than just that one hanging out down there. Me and my brother seen too many tracks, but I think the pressure got on them when the National Forest season came in. That's really, I'm surrounded by forests, so probably pushed them way back off. And of course, I didn't get to hunt it a whole lot anyway, so me and you stayed gone so much. But anyway, that's my plans as far as the weekend. Of course, I told you before we get too deep into that, I had a water line break again. They called me up and told me I used 22,000 gallons more water. So that's what I've been doing this whole week. is when I get home, do a little work. I had it temporarily fixed anyway, but I've got it ran. I've got one little thing left to do on it, and I'm going to put me a hydrant up here on the top side by the driveway, and I'll have it covered up. And I hope until we sell this place, or if I live here till I die, I won't have to fool this water line no more. It's been driving me crazy. But I don't even know if I'll get it completely finished by the weekend. I'll just come back and work on it again next week. Like I said, I only got like one evening's worth of work left. So, but I'm going to try. I'll either pull out Friday night, go down, or get up way early Saturday morning. It's only a couple hour, 2.5 hour drive for me, and go down there. And I got a prospective member. I've got to drive him around and show him the club property, which shouldn't take more than an hour or two. Hopefully by lunch I can get down there and start bush hogging. Of course, it'd be the heat of the day, but it's like I said, the humidity is supposed to be, low, so it won't feel so hot.
Yeah.
And I don't have but a couple of fields and, not that much roads to do. So I think one good evening, work till dark, get back, probably spend the night Saturday night down there. And, there's a lot of people, they just can't believe I go down there and stay by myself. But, hell, I turkey hunted so much by myself. And, my cousin would be down there, but sometimes he didn't show up. So it'd just be two of us if he was there. So it's not a big deal. I just worry about getting down there and something happening to the tractor or something happening to me on the tractor. There ain't nobody there. There's nobody to call. And there ain't no real cell service anyway up there on that property, my 40 acres. So, of course, I guess the SOS thing, I would have to depend on that.
I know what you're saying. When I was in that club in Fayette, I was bad about, taking Thursday and Friday off and kind of go down there and get ahead of things. And I was on the tractor and bush hogging it on one of the fields that's way back on the back side of the property. And I had a fuel filter problem. And the guy that had went down with me, he had to leave at lunch. He had to go back home. This was on Thursday. And so he had just left, and he'd been gone maybe an hour and a half. Well, probably almost enough time to get back home. And I had a fuel filter problem, and no one to bring me anything, no way to make a phone call. And I got to walk out of there. It was no fun. Yeah. It was hot. It was terrible.
Hey, that happened to me. I guess it was 4 years ago now. I was down turkey hunting down there, and my four-wheeler was giving me trouble. And the doggone thing just died, and it was where I was at. I walked the roads because I wasn't going to cut all those hills and hollers. But by road, it was 7.5 miles back to the camp. And luckily, I want to say it was a county sheriff, or a tree cruiser. Somebody come through and saw me walking. And he stopped and rolled his window down. He said, "Looks like you broke down somewhere in the woods," because I'd made it to the main road. I done made it way over halfway. I said, "I did." I said, "That four-wheeler laid down on me." And he gave me a ride back to camp. And, of course, then I had to go hook a trailer up and try to get back in there with my truck and winch that thing up. Hey, when you're by yourself, it's just, that's when things do happen. And on a tractor, if a tractor turns over on you or you get caught between something, there ain't nothing good can come out of it. I mean, you're just there. And, I'm going to be down there bush hogging, but she ain't, like I said, it's not much more than mowing, because it's just some probably wheat and stuff that's sticking up. I've got pictures in my little camera still taking pictures, so it's all dead. So it shouldn't be much. I don't think it'll be a whole lot of anything going on anyhow. But that's what I'm going to do, get it ready, and then I'm going to go back down, take my disc back down and disc everything up and try to plant something. Like I said, I don't know how long it would take to get soil samples back. I might not have time to wait on it and just go ahead and plant some peas or something. Some kind of summer blend or something with some sorghum or whatever, millet and that kind of thing. I think that might be better than than planting the peas myself. It might actually get up and grow. I know the deer like it and the turkey do too, because the turkey loves the millet. I know they'll get in there and peck on that stuff, especially when the head's up, starts falling off on the ground. And the doves do too. My can make a dove field out of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I might buy a couple 100 pounds of that and some fertilizer. That'll take me all day Sunday, but the rain's coming in Sunday evening. Well, I won't get it done this Sunday, but the rain's coming in this Sunday evening, so I got to be done by lunch or so Sunday anyway.
Yeah. Well, we got some exciting news. What was it? Tuesday night, I guess. Christopher King, he shot us a message, and he's got 2 more of those turkey killers he sent our way to Alabama. So
it sounds like we might get the only 2 of those. I don't know if he's gonna make any more of them. Glass over glass. That's the way it sounded.
No, and we'll have a couple of those King's custom calls.
Yes,
that may be the only ones that's like them. So
yeah.
Pretty exciting.
Yeah, I can't
wait. Very
my hands
humble.
on one. You know, the one you've got one that you play and it sounds great, and I've got mine that, once again, I'm standing here holding my hand, that probably will never make it to the woods. Then again, you know, I don't know. I did notice something, and maybe we'll talk to him somewhere down the road, or he'll hear this, give us a call, or shoot us a message. He's got our numbers. But I noticed no 20 gauge in the back of them. Did you notice that?
I noticed that too. I don't know if that's a new style he's went to, or you know, just something else. But yeah, I did notice.
Kind of looked like the National Wild Turkey logo turkey or something, but I'm not saying that's what I think it was. And that's fine. I don't care as long as it sounds like it's supposed to sound. I don't care what he puts back there. I just know, you know, I thought that brass from a 20 gauge was kind of his trademark, but he may have just done that because that's how makes the call sound better, that's fine. He's the master call maker. I'm just a pitiful scratcher on it. I tried to scratch out a sound or two.
Well, and I guess while we're on that subject, congratulations to him on his on placing at the calling competition last week. Yes,
he did. Well, all the Talk About boys, all of them did good. They all brought home hardware with them.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you, that boy of Alex's, I think, if he stays with it, he's gonna go far. You know, being as young as
he's got a lot more. Yeah, he's got a lot more time left than all of us do.
Well, yeah, that's me. I first off, I don't think I call good enough to get in there. I call good enough to kill turkeys, but and I'm too old. I'm 59 now, so in my book, that's old. You know what's funny? And you hadn't listened to it today yet, but I was listening to the Talk About It Outdoors podcast and listening to Alex and Nick talking to this guy over in Mississippi that he's talking to. He has fans only, turkey fans only, or something like that. It's a TikTok and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, he was on there.
Yeah.
And he's like 34, and they go, "Oh, you're a young guy, boy. It's just you just don't, basically I don't know what it's like getting old and slow." And I'm going, "Y'all ain't got a dang clue."
You doubled up on him.
Hell yeah. I could be his daddy, and I'm thinking, wait till you go to bed, you get up hurting worse than when you laid down. I've never figured that out. So, I mean, I think I do pretty doggone good for a 59-year-old. I mean, I get around pretty good.
Yeah, you get after.
Sometimes I overdo it, because I still think I can do things I could do at 20 or 30 or even 40 for that matter. It's like today, I was on that weed eater on the side of that hill the baking in the sun. I'm sitting there going, why in the world am I doing this? I could have waited. Well, I knew I had this podcast to do with you. I could have waited till the sun went down and got it done, but I'm up there like an idiot, about to die. Didn't even carry a bottle of water with me, but yeah, I just chuckle when I hear when I hear that. Even you know, oh, I'm old. You ain't even got there yet. What you cross that 50 line, and
Oh yeah, it won't
well,
be long.
even Alex and Nick, neither one of them's 40, are they? Ain't they in their upper 30s?
I think so.
Yeah, they ain't got a clue yet. They ain't got a clue. But,
It's coming.
It's coming. It's coming. You know,
It's
I had back in my youth, when I say youth, I guess I was in my 20s. I would say 28 or 29 when I started hunting that land down there in Dallas County. And I had an old man one day. He pulled up to the gate. Well, I was coming in about lunchtime. He pulled up to the gate, and he was looking for, used to be the president of the club. His name was Johnny Seymour. He said, hey, is Johnny here? Because Johnny was a big, big turkey hunter. Matter of fact, that's really all he cared about. And I told him, I said, no, sir. I said, he's no longer in the club. I said, I think his children moved him to Huntsville up there with them. Because he said, well, I hate to hear that. I was just going to come by and see him. He said, he and I used to hunt together. I said, well. He said, yeah. And he was telling me stories how his wife he would go turkey hunt. He worked like at a paper mill, and he would turkey hunt the mornings, and she would bring him his lunch and meet him at the gate, and he would drive on to work every morning during turkey season. And he said, when you're standing on one ridge and one gobbles on the other ridge, do you take off running to get to him? I said, yes, sir. He said, do it. He said, do it every time. Do it as long as you can. He said, because when you get to be my age, and he had to be in his 70s anyway, probably mid-70s, mid to late 70s. He said, all you can do is stand there and listen to him. He said, I used to run the hills and hollers here all the time. He said, but I can't do it no more. He said, he turned into a greenfield hunter, or whatever. And still turkey hunted. And I wish I'd really kept his contact. He's probably passed away by now. That was 20-something years ago. I say that. I mean, he could be 98 and still going. I don't know. But anyway, so, yeah. I'm trying to get all I can get in. Because I know time's limited for me. But I think I feel like I got 20 years in me. I don't know. I believe I can do it. I don't know if I can run 20 years from now, but I think at least there's other 10, 15 good ones in there. And as long as you stay in shape and I think I stay in pretty good shape. I walk a lot and do a lot of stuff. So
you stay pretty active.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, when you're running from the law and hiding out all the time, you got to stay in shape.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I think it's time people start thinking about getting back down to their hunting camps or their property and start doing a little cleanup. I know everybody talks about, not bush hogging until June. Well, we're in June now. And I was talking to, what's his name? The guy that runs Turkeys for Tomorrow. He suggested not bush hogging your fields at all. He said maybe bush hog around the edges and strips down through the middle so the poults have a place to run and hide if they need to. But I got, my fields, I don't have that problem. You couldn't hide out there if you wanted to because they're just too thin. They didn't do well, this year. So,
they're thin, unlike your hair.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do better. I'll do better by the wildlife by getting it bush hogged and getting on back down there maybe next weekend or whatever, and getting them disc up and planted, something coming up green that they can eat on. Because, they got a lot of stuff to eat on right now as far as, blackberries and honeysuckle vines and stuff like that. But you know how it is here in the South. About August, when the rain quits coming, things start drying up and it gets hot and everything starts to die away because we seem to always have some kind of drought going on around. So I figure get something up they can get in there and wade around out in. And I'm gonna make a couple of licks. I'm gonna buy some salt make me a couple licks on some of these two bigger fields. And that's something people need to think about if they got salt licks. This is when the deer use them. Really from April, till midsummer when it gets real hot. But they're wearing it out at my dad's house. And I need to send you that picture. I got a picture of he's going to be a nice buck. He's already done curved out toward the ears, and you can see he's probably going to be at least an 8-point. He ain't really formed them out yet. I can tell he'll be a 6, but he's too big of a body. I believe he's going to be at least an 8. And guess where I got my camera set up? Right there on the mineral lick, and that's where he's been. He comes in there about every night.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's probably a pretty good tip for guys. Even if they don't have a lick, go get out there and make one. It's not hard to do. All it takes is a shovel. I use, and I know you're supposed to only use pure salt. So my undisclosed location of my licks, I use trace mineral salt. And I know the guy, what's his name? The guy that runs Alabama Game and something. Anyway, he's got some kind of special mixture he sells the living crap out of. We need to get him on there. I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to get him on the podcast. He is a cool dude. And what is his name? I'm going to try to Google it while me and you are just sitting here. I don't have to Google it. I get on Facebook, I guess. And I know he's usually always on there. But you know what? I've got to where I purely hate Facebook. Because it's all AI Ask Meta. I don't need to ask Meta. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm not really liking that new feature myself.
Well, I mean, Alabama All Game. That's.
Oh yeah.
I was trying to see if they had his name on here. But I don't. Well, heck, fire. We're friends. Of course, you know how Facebook friends are. But I know. I know everything about him, but his name. But I'm gonna call him. We're gonna get him on because he's also selling. He's got to be the distributor for something else. I was reading the other day. He was really, really excited about it. He might be right here. I mean, he was posting. He posted so much stuff one time, Facebook shut him down. They thought it was a robot, one of them bots. But looks like, yeah, he's selling buckets and yeah. Oh, that's a bucket. It's called Wild Hog Attractant. He sells that. I mean, he's a pretty good dude. He'll ship all over too. If you order enough, he'll ship it. But this one day,
you'll have to.
I'll get a hold of him because he's right there in Alabaster. So, if we ever turn this thing professional, maybe we get a little advertising out of him. We go big time.
He may have some good tips and tricks for the summer.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I'm thinking about. That's what I was thinking about. Man, I wish I had his name on here, but I don't have his name, and I know it. Once again, I'm 59. I just want all. I know his daddy just had to have part of his leg amputated. I don't know if it's from diabetes or something, but he did really well. From the way all the messages come out, he didn't seem like it even depressed him or anything else. So sometimes when you hurt, you're just happy to be on the right road. Anyway, we'll get him on here. Maybe I think he listens to us. So if he's listening to us, hey, he can send me a message on Facebook. And I'll shoot you my cell phone number. We'll talk, or I'll ride down there one day. I need to go by there anyway and see what all he's got. It looks like he's got all kinds of hunting supplies some pictures from his store. So anyway, but he would be a good one, you know, to talk about green fields and licks and that kind of thing. So, but yeah, folks need to get out there, and if you're not going to summer plant, at least get you a mineral lick going. And this is when the bucks are making their horns. You know, that feeder don't do nothing for them. You know, come October, November, December, January, they're done. Right now is when you want to, if you're a deer hunter, right now is the time to grow your antlers on these deer. So supplemental feeding and summer planting and then mineral licks. I mean, I don't know what else you could do for them. Do you?
Nope. That's the best thing you do.
And then let's see, what all do we got coming up this summer? We got well, if you ever get home, we got to work on our studio. Got to get it. I'm going to get out there and I'll try it. Well, I get this water line done and this little bit of stuff took care of down there on the property. I'll make my material list up. I'm hoping to get some of that old metal off of it and those outside floor joists that I got to replace, get it done. And
yeah.
Then we can
I was excited to get started on that.
Yeah, it's going to be fun because we do have a little bit of electrical wiring to do because that thing, you know, it's got a couple of plugs in it and a light up in the ceiling, but we're going to need more electrical than that. And I've got a plan for that. I'll show you when you get home. I've got a thing, you know, you're talking about building our studio table. I think I've got something.
Yeah.
I've got something that'll take care of all of our electrical needs.
Okay, perfect.
That we can build into that thing. So, yeah, I'm excited because I want to get it done. I'd love to get it done, and that way I don't have to lock the dogs downstairs and, you know, that kind of thing.
Tell the wives to be quiet.
Yeah, you know, they love to yap, and then they're complaining because we run long up here. And, you know, I do want to we're going to have them on one night just to get there the wives of hunters perspective. Because, yeah, me and you don't deer hunt like I know I don't like I used to. I used to eat, sleep, you know, drink that stuff. But, you know, now I hunt just to have something to deer hunt, just to have something to do. I didn't even shoot my bow last year. I didn't climb a tree with my climber stand last year. Now, that's how lazy I'm getting. And,
is that guy's name Todd Brogdon?
It may be. It may be. What, you looking at him?
I think so. Yeah. I believe so.
Let's see. Yep, that's him.
But either way,
that's him. Yeah. Guys, I think.
There you go.
Yep, there's
your mystery.
That's the mystery name. Look, see what youth does for you. How did you come up with the name Todd? Where'd you find that at?
So he had put something about Bucky's on there, about one of the Bucky swimsuits.
Oh, yeah.
And he had put his wife's name, so I went to her and seen who she was married to.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, you know, I just stole that picture yesterday or the day before whenever he posted it and texted it to Rebecca. You know, she's a Bucky's fanatic.
Yeah.
I said, looky here, they're out there or something like that. And she's, you know, it was hanging on like over a roll-up door. The picture, she said, is that up there at the shop? I said, no, it's not at the shop. I said, I swiped that picture off the Facebook. So
she'll be wanting one of those.
Yeah. Yep. She'll probably have
She's a
one.
Bucky supporter.
Oh my God.
She's a Bucky supporter.
If she can drive to it, she'll go to it. And now that this one's up here in Athens, I guess, I don't know if you call that Athens or Huntsville. It's in between the two. I guess
they call it Athens.
You know, to me, it's closer to Huntsville, though. I mean, you're only an exit or two up, but whatever. She can get there within an hour, so You know, she loves it.
And she has been known to go by herself and just take off up there.
Oh, she left Sarah's house, our daughter. She left her house after getting her nails done. You know, Sarah owns that. She does nails, owns a nail shop. She goes over there and gets her nails done about once a month. And she had said something about it. Text me she was leaving. Well, she didn't show up. You know, it takes about an hour to get home from there. So I pulled her up on Life 360, and she's up there at dang Bucky's. She left Sneed. I know most people don't know where that is, but that's on the other side, north of Aniana, you know, down 278. Kind of halfway between here and Gadsden to me. But she left there and cut across and come out somewhere up there near Bucky's and was up there just shopping. I don't know if she's buying. She is shopping. Now, she always buys something. But every now and then she'll bring me a bag of jerky or something. You know, I won't complain about it. But I'll tell you, me and her will be traveling through, and she'll want to stop. And I'll just sit out there in the truck. I don't even want to go in, fight that crowd.
I can't handle that crowd.
That's why I don't even go to Walmart. You know, I just hate the crowds. Of course, the last time I was in Walmart, I was in there the other day. I had to go. I was looking for power trim fluid for my runabout boat. It was low, and so I went to the one there, the south one in Coleman, and they didn't have anything. And I went to 4 or 5 auto parts store trying to avoid going to the north one, and I bought the last 2 tubes of fluid they had at the one up there. But it wasn't that crowded. It was a Monday, and it was like 10 o'clock in the morning. So
yeah, I prefer that one if I'm going.
Oh yeah. Friday, Saturday nights, you don't want to be in none of them.
No.
So anyway, I don't know what else. You got anything else? So I know this is going to be short. I know you're ready to probably get you a shower and hit the hay and get ready for tomorrow. So.
Oh yeah, call home and talk to the wife and kids, make sure everybody's still alive.
Yeah, you know. Of course, I know you got Bones living up there, but tell her, you know, if she needs me, if something happens, needs a body to pick something up or move something or bury somebody she kills, just call me. I've got a shovel and some lime out here. So,
yeah.
You know, it won't be long. You're going to have to start staying at home. Them boys are going to be knocking on that door. Coming to take that daughter of yours out on dates. I mean, she's a teenager now.
It's gonna be a while.
Listen, them 13. She's 13, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Them 13 years went by quick, hadn't they? Think about it. 13 more years.
And Hunter's gonna be 21 his birthday, so yeah.
He'd be full grown man.
Yeah.
It won't be long. You'll be like me. Oh, empty nest. I didn't have no empty nest syndrome. I didn't miss mine leaving one bit. I know that sounds bad, but I didn't. I thought, you know, I felt like I did my job.
I think you'd be more upset if they come back home.
Well, yeah. Well, hell, that's why I moved out of a 5-bedroom house into a 2-bedroom house. That's right. There ain't enough room for them to come back. And even that other bedroom, I won't, you know, it's got a little queen size bed in there. We are going to upgrade it, but I tell them all I'll leave that queen size in there in a bad mattress because they won't want to stay but a night or two and they'll leave. So
yeah.
Before I go, I did go down to Jacksonville, Florida, and watch my granddaughter graduate pre-K kindergarten. I didn't know that was a thing, but use that for an excuse to go down and see her. I hadn't seen her since Thanksgiving, and she is growing like a weed. And,
yeah, the picture you sent me, I can tell she's growing.
And my son called me, and he's going to have her for a month, starting in June 17th or something like that. And he told me if I wanted to meet him halfway somewhere, I could get her and bring her over here so she could come stay at the lake and hang out with us for a week or so before she has to go back home. We found out.
You get to hang out with great granddad too.
Yeah. I carried my dad. He was wanting to see her, and he had never been south of Panama City. Heck, when we got south of Montgomery, he said, "Boys, you could drop me off right now. And he said, ain't no way I could find my way home. I said, dang, Daddy, we just down here on 231 headed south. But
well, speaking to that, you're about to take him. He's about to get to go back that way, right?
Yeah,
when is y'all's fishing trip?
That's going to be June 23rd. And he's making a big sacrifice. It's coming fast because he's very religious. And he's old time and he don't fish on Sunday. And I know a lot of religious people don't believe that way, but he was raised that way as a kid. And he's going to, because that's the only day I could get. I couldn't get a Saturday. I couldn't get a Friday. If I got a Monday, it's going. My brothers, one of them couldn't take off that kind of work. So I told him, I said, you're just going to have to go to church twice the week before. I said, or talk to Brother Pat and make sure, you ain't going to be punished too much for fishing on Sunday. And he's accepted it. I couldn't believe it. Because even that time I took him to Canada, Sunday came, he said, I won't be fishing with you today, son. And he stayed right there at the camp in the cabin, hung out there. I guess drove them folks crazy. But anyway, I carried him. When we finished there, we went over to mine and Rebecca's favorite hangout down in Central Florida over Cedar Key. And I think he really liked it because, it's only 700 people on the island. And it's like, honest to God, it's like going back in time. I hope I can get you and Laura down there for a long weekend or something, sometime, because I think you'd love it. And I just tell him, though, I said, hey, we're going over here to our favorite little bar pub, visit with Pat and his wife. I said, I hadn't got to see him since the hurricane. So we went over there and hung out an hour, a couple of nights, and he was fine. We wore him out. I'm talking about, he's nearly 82, so we wore him down. He hadn't done that much running in a long time. Actually got him out there fishing. Our house was just right across the street. You walk across the street, you can fish right there in the water. And I'd caught a big old sailback cat, and my line broke a couple of times, and then he hung one, and he fought it, and it finally come off. And then I was praying he'd catch one. I was wanting to catch one so bad. And he finally got one caught and brought it in. It was getting dark, and I said, well, it's about time to head back up. She was wanting to go over there to the little place called Bonish, the little bar. And he looked at me. He said, well, I hate to beat you, son. I said, what do you mean beat me? He said, I caught more than you caught. I said, Dad, I caught a catfish just like you caught. He said, yeah, but I hung another one, and I got it halfway in, so that counts as half. He said, so I'm 1.5 fish, and you didn't have but one, so you can't win. I said, all right, whatever you say. But he had a good time, and, I don't know how much time I got left with him, so every chance I get, we're going to do something. And I think it does him good to get out, get your mind back to moving and thinking. So, but he was ready to get home when we got home. So, but anyway, that was my all last week and what I'm going to do this weekend. And
well, I'm on 7 days a week.
I know what you're going to be.
Day, so.
Yeah, you're 7 to 7 days a week. So I know what you'll be doing. But I'll check in with you anyway while I'm down there doing my thing. And probably give you a call when I'm on the road or something.
Sounds good.
Oh, wait a minute. Meeting 2 has big news. New social media platform. We are now on the old TikTok. All they got to do is search Meeting 2 or our username is meet the letter N and the number 2 talk. So they should be able to find us. If you can't find us, message me. I'll send you a link. But yeah, this is going to be our fun page. This is going to have humor. It's going to have information. That's my plan. It's just going to be, ain't going to be ugly or none of that kind of stuff, but it's going to be, we're going to have fun with it. And I'm already amazed at the followers we picked up today and how many views some of these videos have got. So, and most of them stuff we've already done or posted. So new content will be coming there, probably more there than anywhere else because we can make it there and then we can share it to everything else. So, anyway, that's it. That's the big news as far as that goes. So anyway, I guess we will, we'll call it quits for tonight and try to get another one done next week.
That's right.
All right. Well, you got anything else you want to tell the nation?
Well, once again, thanks for listening and helping us grow and supporting us.
All right. Well, I guess until next time, we're going to call this one done. If you're good with it. All right.
I'm good.
Until next week, y'all be safe out there.